Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm just going to be going through, obviously as you guys know, the E60's going up for sale, so I'm just going to be running through, before it does go, what I've actually spent on this car to get it running in tip-top condition before I end up selling it, while I've got all the bills still here. So what I'm going to be doing is showing you guys who probably don't believe me and think I've used Chinese parts on this car, what kind of parts I have fitted to this car, and just showing you briefly how much I've actually spent in total to get this car running. Now, you've got to bear in mind, it's using genuine dealer parts. People will say, oh, I can fix my car for much cheaper. That's if you use Chinese parts. I don't use Chinese parts. I didn't even think of even looking at Chinese parts. I've used all main dealer parts on this car, and that's why my car is still running effortlessly today, and why any person that comes to view this car cannot moan about it because of the amount of parts I put onto this car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go turn around, we're going to start looking at the receipts, and I'm going to show you every bit of money I've spent on this car, including how much I actually purchased this car for in the beginning with all its issues. So the first one, as you can see, is the MOT, which I've just had done, as you can see there. That was the MOT. We've done that, which is, as you can see there, £37.50, which I had done. So that one's that there. What we've got here now is the belt tensioner and the pulleys. As you guys know, I had done them. The prices of them, the tensioner was £35, as you know, and that's well, they call it ABDS, but it's actually an inner tensioner. So we replaced that from a company called Parts in Motion, as you can see there. It wasn't that expensive to do. Like I said, it's £35. The next one is the idler pulley, which was only £15, but again, it's original, genuine part. I only paid £15 for that. The next one we're going to have here is the solenoids. Now, as you can see, I paid 180 for two, as you can see, quantity 2, and that's the Vanos solenoids, BMW Park Lane, as we have here in the UK, BMW Park Lane. And as you'll see there, these are original BMW invoice, and I paid in total £212. That was before I got my trade discount, but if you had trade discount, you'd get them for £176 for two. Now, I don't think that's bad considering how long they last. So that's showing you I've used genuine solenoids on this car. And what date was this done on? It was done on the 1st of the 11th, 2018. So only a few months ago I replaced them with genuine parts. The next one, as you can see here, is the oil filter and the engine oil, which I purchased on the 31st of the 12th. And it come up to, as you'll see there, £67.49. And that was for 3 oils, Shell oil, as I always tell you to use, and 2 oil filters. So I've got 2 oil changes. Now, as you can see there, I purchased it in bulk, so that way I didn't run out and I could service the car properly at any time I wanted to do it. So that was another expense that I did. As you'll see here again, I then purchased a Bosch oil filter again and another load of oil. So as you can see here, I've got 1 of each. That was when I did the oil service then. On the January 2019, as you'll see there, that's when I did the last little service on that car. Now, the next one, the tyres. Now, as you can see there, these were the tyres that I paid for, and I paid nearly £456 just for the tyres. That's minusing what I paid as well, because I had to book it in, which I had to pay up front, which is like £150 to know I was coming. But as you can see there, that's the receipt, and you got the tyre guarantee on it, which excludes run flat, so I never done that anyway. Which is tyre guarantee, just if you get puncture for lifetime on them tyres, they'll repair it for free. So we did that. I did have it booked in this place to have an MOT, but I took it away because my MOT wasn't due then. The next one you're going to see here is on eBay. Now, as you can see here, this was a mirror casing that I originally purchased, which you can see there, the mirror casing from eBay, genuine BMW black driver's mirror cover, and you still had the price of that, £68. That was from BMW direct, and as you can see there, that's a genuine mirror cover. So on to the next one. You'll see here I ordered my solenoids on eBay. Now, as you can see there, I ordered them BMW direct on the solenoids, £212 on eBay, which are £106 each. So that's the genuine solenoids that I ordered. Now, as you'll see here, BMW Valvetronic Centric Shaft Sensor Seal for my car, which I purchased, original one. I didn't purchase no second-hand one or no Chinese part. These are all original BMW parts. And I ordered the Valvetronic seal as well when I did the valve cover gasket. So that was another a load of seals that I purchased for the car, which were £15 each. The next one, as you can see here, that's the engine oil filter housing gasket, as you'll see right there. I purchased that as well, and I even marked the mileage on it to know when it was done. So I did that as well, and I paid £7.99 for that. KMS, now this was for the bolts and the valve cover gasket that I did on the car. And as you'll see there, I've spent nearly £50 just on the parts itself. Just on the valve cover gasket and the bolts, I spent over nearly £60 just on the parts there. Actually £71 you can see there. Again, this was for an oil change which was on the 7th of the 11th, and I marked the mileage there. And that was for a sump plug, oil filter and engine oil as well. Like I say, I marked the mileage on all my invoices. Now as you'll see there, that was when I did the valve cover gasket at 150k, bang on. And this is when I ordered the seals and everything. I've even got the receipt there that they sent me, the invoice, and I marked the mileage. Now if you are doing repairs yourself, it's a good thing to mark the mileage. Now, as you'll see there again, there's another receipt for the Solenoids that I took 2 copies of. I didn't know I had 2 in here, but I do. Now so the other invoice for the Solenoids. As you'll see here, I ordered ignition coils, and I ordered 2 of them at the start, and that was at 149,000 miles. This was for BMW drop links. Now as you can see here, they were £20, 1998, and I bought them. They're actually, I believe they're stainless steel. They're very good quality, and I replaced them on the E60 as well. The next one, Ngk Spark Plugs. As you'll see there, 6 of them. I replaced them at 149,000 as well. The next one here is ST Carbons, which would have been the paint, the touch-up paint for the car as I purchased. So I bought that as well. The next bill is the window deflectors that I put on for nearly £30 as I put them on. As you guys would have seen in my previous video, I just done it. So as you'll see there, the wind deflectors were fitted to the car. Now, as you will see here, this was the original purchase price that I paid for the car. And I bought it for $3,200. But then when I got home, the car had fault codes, and I had to ring the person who I bought it from, who was a trader, and ask him to give me money back because there was other faults that weren't mentioned. And then he gave me the money, which I ended up buying the discs for. So I actually got this car for £2,800. So as you can see here, I'm not asking for a lot back for this car considering the amount of money I put into it. Now as you'll see, that was the invoice he gave me for the warranty. Now as you'll see here, this was the aircon regas. Now as you'll see, this is when I had the aircon regas. That was £40 just on its own. This is when I first got the car. I had it regassed. So as you'll see there, everything was regassed on there. The next one, now you see the bill here for £130. Now as you'll see, I had, when I first bought the car, because the car was completely out of alignment, I had all the wheels realigned and the rear wheels aligned as well. Now as you'll see the price there, which is right there, the total 130. Now this car would be driving all over the place if I didn't have that done, so I had it all done. So that bill was for that. So as you'll see here now guys, I've got the bill for where the gearbox oil was replaced on this car. And as you'll see here, they didn't charge much to actually redo the gearbox oil, including the filter and the sump gasket and everything else, and recharge the battery, check the sat-nav system for faults. You know, most people don't have the system I got, so they go to garages for it. But as you can see there, the gearbox fluid was changed, and they're just telling you all this about the new discs, and the tyres were low at the time of when they expected it. But apart from that, they've had brake pads replaced and everything like that. They've carried out quite a lot of things on it, the last owner did. But since I've got it, I've took way care of it more than these guys have, and that's because I'm not paying expensive labour rates. Like as you can see here, for a gearbox service, they charged £1,181 and £390 just for that. Now, for me, that wouldn't have cost me that at all to do that. So you can see here, guys, why BMW can be expensive if you take it to garages, because you're seeing these prices are mine half the price. So basically, what he paid for nearly just his gearbox. So I'm including the filter. I paid just for my solenoids and did it myself and saved myself all that money. So as you can see here, there's been a lot of money gone into this car from basically, majority of it is labour, because the parts ain't that expensive on this car at all. Okay guys, so I've just totaled it all up in total. That's with the brakes, tyres, disavow, solenoids, the lot. And I have spent on this car £2,248 this car owes me in total, with all the parts I've put on that, and that is without labour costs. If I'd gone to a garage for every problem I had on this car, I'd be running in excess of probably about £5,000 of everything I've got on this car. That's just me finding the parts, putting them on myself, fixing the car. That's without no garages doing anything. Obviously the only thing they've done is tyres. That was the only thing that's been done on this car, and that's because it had to be in the alignment. That's with the alignment as well, and that's because I don't have them equipment to do all that. But everything else has been done by me and me only. And like I say, £1,000 of that has gone into tyres and the alignment on the car. That's how expensive it is to own an M52 compared to an M54. I will be doing one of these videos in the end when I finish with the M54 to work out how much it's cost me. I've got every receipt from what I've been spending on the M54 as well, to show you what's actually cheaper to maintain. So when you look back at this video, you can see how much I've actually spent on this M52. And as I said to you, every M52 car you get, E60, E63, E65, E90, E92, needs this work done. It's not, without a shadow of a doubt, I can tell you that now. If it's got a 3-stage manifold, both distils will be gone. If it's got an M52, the CCV will be gone. Most people don't take it to garages because garages charge an arm and a leg just to remove the intake manifold. The intake manifold isn't a big job, but garages just don't want to do it. It is very, very easy on M52, but when they think of it, because they don't really work on the M52s, they just think of M54 and they think, forget it. They charge you through the nose. If it ends up being cheaper or it's less time, they still charge you the same price. This job is very, very straightforward and very easy to do. I advise you to do it yourself. As I said, this car is expensive to maintain. That's without me doing the water pump or the thermostat. If I put the thermostat and water pump on this as well, I probably would be in excess now, probably over £3,000 this car owes me. But only true, I haven't done that. That's why this has only cost me £2,248 and not £3,000, because I haven't done it. But if I did, that's what I'd be in excess of this car. And like I said to you guys, I only paid shy of £3,000 for this car. Now, the last owner who only had it a year, and he got it on 110,000 miles, and he racked up mileage, and he was in Worcester, and he purchased a car for £5,000. Now, he bought it from a high performance car place. I've got the purchase receipt for that. I've also got the purchase receipt from the previous owner before that as well. I've got the purchase receipts for every car, everything on this car. But as I said, I paid very cheap for it. I repaired it. It's cost me that again just to get this car running again. But the next owner is going to love it and doesn't have to ever worry about any of that ever again. That's the only good thing. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope this now breaks down to how expensive it is to actually own and maintain an M52. If you guys are sitting there thinking, oh, it doesn't take that much to work, believe me, it does. These problems are all common and have to be addressed on the M52. You will suffer with these problems there or later. And if you don't do it, you'll find it very, very hard to sell your car in the end, because people look for this. And people go and look on YouTube on what to look for. And obviously they go to that car and then look for them common problems on that car. So just be warned that if you are going to go and buy a car, you have to be careful about all these problems and make sure they're addressed. So then that way, people are aware of them and you've already done it and nobody can come to you moaning. Yes, as I said to you, BMW do burn oil and they leak from the sump gasket. The only way you can repair that sump gasket is by taking the engine out to repair it. That is not an easy job to do. The same with the M54. If they leak, people usually leave it and just deal with it. It's not an easy job to do at all. Engine has to come out to do it, or the subframe has to be dropped. Nobody wants to do that, so people end up living with it, you know, and that's a common problem. Same as on my one, same as on my M54, same as on the E61. They're all the same. Leak from the sump, just common problem. But that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, I've now broken down to how much I've actually spent on this car. Thank you for watching this BMW Dr. Dean here. Please give this a thumbs up and goodbye.